I'm supposed to teach you, I need to start the class with three basic things that you can do to almost each component. So I'm going to teach you three methods of Selenium today. And those three methods are, if I have already taught you, then please remind me. I guess I have not taught you. The three methods are IsEnabled, IsDisplayed, and IsSelected. Have I taught you this?
No.
No, sir.
So let's see these guys, what exactly they are. What is the meaning of IsEnabled, IsDisplayed, IsSelected in Selenium? This type of questions can be asked you guys in the interview, that what is enabled, is selected, and is displayed in Selenium, right? So guys, is displayed will check whether the component is present on the page or not. Is enabled will check whether element is enabled or not. Because any element which is present, right, can be enabled or disabled. That's why is disabled will check whether element is present or not. Is enabled will check any element is enabled or displayed, enabled or disabled or not. Is selected will check element is selected or not. Right? I'll repeat once again. Is displayed will check element is displaying it or not. Guys, always remember, if the element is displaying, right, that means two things can happen. The presence of a component means it will either be enabled or it will be disabled. If the component is enabled, that means you can perform action on it. If the component is not enabled, that means you can't perform an action on it. Very simple. Okay. So before you perform an action on any component, what you have to check first? Should you check its presence or should you check its enable? What do you think? What do you guys think?
Presence.
Present.
First, presence.
First, you should check
For
whether it is
act.
present or not. If it is present, then you should check whether it is enable or not. If it is enable also, then you go and perform an action. Otherwise, there is no need of it, right? So is displayed will check the element presence. Is enabled will check element enabled. And is selected will check element is selected or not. On what kind of component I can perform selected? Like a checkbox? Checkbox will be either selected or unselected, right? So you can check is selected on the checkbox and radio buttons. Because on radio button also you check whether element is selected or not. It is selected or not, right? So is selected to be checked on the checkbox, radio button, or whichever component which can be selected, right? I need not tell you, I think, what will be the return type of all three. By the name only you can understand. Any method which start with is, that means there is a question mark, right? So yeah, Boolean. So the return type of is enabled, is displayed, and is selected is Boolean. So either the result will be true or false. True means it is enabled. True means it is present. True means it is selected. False means it is not enabled. False means it is not present. False means the element is not selected, right? Now, if you are wondering that where we can utilize this concept, right? See, we can utilize this particular topic to perform an action on those components which we are in doubt when they will be enabled or when they will be disabled. Have you seen some components on the internet will not be enabled for you until and unless you enter your email ID. The password will only be enabled once you complete your username. I don't know whether you have noticed it or not, but today I was logging to my net banking application. So what I noticed today, when I noticed it, I thought I will tell to my students also. So when I was entering my username, right, my password was disabled. Are you guys getting the meaning of disable? It was not letting me to type the password. Once I completed my username, right, then it asked me to send the OTP. The moment I clicked on send the OTP, then it was allowing me to enter the password, right? So presence of an application does not mean that you can go and perform an action. The component can be enabled or disabled, right? See guys, sometimes what happens, you want to do something, but you are not sure whether this component will come or not come. Because sometimes the behavior of the application can be dynamic also. I hope you're understanding the meaning of dynamic. You never know, some component can come at any moment of time. At any moment of time. Example I'm giving you. Like you are using any application and suddenly they gives you an option of um, have you seen you visit some web-based application and it asks you to accept all the privacy concerns. They will ask you to accept the all the privacy. Have you seen that? They will ask you, they'll give you a pop-up and ask you to accept it, right? So that time you might want to write a program to check whether this checkbox is or whether that particular privacy concerns is coming or not coming. If it is coming, if it is enabled, I will perform an action, or else I will not perform an action, right? I also want to tell you one more thing. In some website, what happens? They will give you a pop-up and it forcibly asks you to accept the terms and condition. If you don't accept it, the submit button will be disabled. The submit button will be disabled for you. Only when you click on the checkbox, the submit button will be enabled for you. I'm pretty sure you are so adult now, you might have seen such things in your life. That same thing I'm going to talk now with you, right? One more thing. In some application, what happens, the moment you make a payment, right? The moment you make a payment. So today I was making a payment in one of the platform. So what I saw, that pay button was disabled. Pay button was disabled. And I was making the payment from UPI. Okay. So it asked me to enter the UPI. So I entered the UPI and after entering my UPI ID, I clicked on pay now. The moment I clicked on UPI ID, right, until I was typing my UPI ID, pay now button was disabled for me. I hope the point is very clear to you, right? To check such things, guys, we can make use of these two methods called as IsDisplayed and IsEnabled, right? Guys, for while working on some projects or while working in some company, it is important for those kind of component which you are not sure that when they will come to you. You're not sure when they will come. It might come now, it might not come later. To check that, to confirm that, you can always play with IsEnabled and IsDisplayed, right? Let's do a problem. You will better understand. Watch out. Please write down a problem. The problem is launch Google, type India on search text field only if the search text field is displaying and enabled. Want to tell you something. Answer one of my question. Every time you launch google.com, is there a 100% guarantee that search text field will come? Tell me. Whenever you're launching google.com, is there a 100% guarantee that Google search text field will come? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
The answer is no, right? Because sometimes it asks you, prove that you're human. Do you know that? Sometimes it asks you, right? Prove that you're human. Anytime you launch google.com. Tell me honestly, have you not seen that?
Yes.
Yeah,
You have seen
I'm
that,
not
right?
a
So
robot like
sometimes you
that.
launch google.com, especially in the incognito mode. Sometimes it asks you that, have you seen such kind of questions? They will ask you, select all the traffic signals, something like that.
Yes, yes.
You might have noticed such things, right? So in that case, your search text field will not come. That's what I'm telling you. That's why my question is very clear to you now. That launch Google and only if the search text field is present and enabled, then type India, right? Guys, you need to help me understand one thing now. You are checking here two conditions, right? One is presence and one is enable. You're checking two conditions. Now I want to know in middle, you will use what kind of operator? Or operator or and operator?
And operator.
And
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 operator.
because you want both of them, right? I'm pretty sure you are now understanding. So let's try this out. Watch out. Yeah. Anyone? Rama, shall I do in yours laptop?
yes, Manish, I'm
Okay,
sharing.
go ahead, go ahead. Guys, today I have prepared one MCQ paper for you, which you guys can write it in 7 to 8 minutes. So I'm just waiting for all the students to come, and then I'll quickly share the question paper to all of you. It will take 7 to 8 minutes for all of you to submit it. Okay. This question paper will be having all the questions from the Selenium concept that I have discussed with you from the day 1 till last working day. Not today, till yesterday, whatever I have taught. I have included some questions, and I will be giving you in some minutes. Let 6:30 cross, and at any moment of time, I will be sharing you the paper. Watch out. I think you will already be having a class, I believe. Okay, go ahead. Let's do it. No problem. We can quickly write it in 60 seconds. If you have already, just copy paste, or else I'll write it. No problem.
Sure.
Yeah, this only you copy paste, no issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it from you. Thank you. You can paste it. I'll take it. So what I have done, I have launched google.com and I have maximized my browser, and I need a guest mode. So I'll go to the guest mode from here. Google.com, right? I need to perform an action on this component. But before I perform an action on this component, I also want to confirm whether it is enabled and it is displayed, right? So what I can do right click. I have to first inspect it, locate it, find it. So I can see it is developed with name is equals to Q. Q stands for query. I have said you multiple times. So driver dot. Oh, she don't have driver yet. She have C, no problem. C dot find element by name. Name is Q, whose return type is find a web element. Web element E1, and then you have to import it. Now what you have to do, you don't have to perform an action on it directly. What you have to do, you have to write you can write a if block, right? Because question is very clear. Perform an action only when two conditions are satisfying. What are the two conditions, my friend? One is displayed. And you know very well what is AND operator mean here, right? Have we learned about this AND before? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So one we are checking is displayed, one I'm checking is enabled, right? Very simple. Only if both of them will be true, I want to perform something. What I want to perform, I think you guys can guide me now. Tell me.
We have to type the
Type.
Yeah, what shall I do?
Send keys.
E1
find the
Find
element.
elements. Find elements.
Find it. C dot send keys.
No, send keys. Send keys.
C dot the send keys.
C
E1
dot
keys.
or E1?
E1 dot.
E1
dot
send
send
keys.
E1
Sorry,
dot
E1
send
dot
keys.
keys.
So it is typing India only because they both are true, okay? If you want to see the return type, if you want to see the value which it is actually returning, So, I mean, there is no need of it, but if you want to see, then you can do like this. You can store its return type in the Boolean and the reference variable BOOLEAN B1 equals to, and similarly B2. And writing here is enabled. It's not needed, but just letting you know that you have all these options available. You can definitely do that just for your happiness, not really required to always print it. So it's working now. You can go here and see that both of them are true, right? Guys, I have given you, I think I have given you an HTML page, right? You guys remember I have given you an HTML page?
Yes.
Okay. Rama, you have that HTML page which I have given to you? Just asking. I know you were absent from a few classes, but if you have, let me know, Rama.
I don't think so.
Okay, that's
Manish.
fine. That's fine. Note down one more question, guys. I have shown you the practical, I have shown you the positive case. I also want to show you one different case, right? So please write down one more question. In the HTML file, check, perform an action on the last name. Perform the action on the last name. Only if it is selected and enabled. Do you remember in that HTML, I have showed you that the last name is displaying, but it is not enabled. It is disabled in nature. You guys
Yes.
remember?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So we
sir.
can check there. Watch out. Rama, I will request you to please copy and paste the entire code in the chat. I can use the same logic there also instead of writing the code from scratch. Ashwini,
Sir, please repeat
yeah.
last question. HTML codes.
Rama, no need to share screen. I'm just saying that. Just share the code in the Zoom chat. Okay.
Okay.
I'll repeat the question once again. In the HTML page which I have shared, Santosh, in that you need to perform an action on the last name. Perform the action on the last name only if it is enabled and it is displaying. Anyone have that HTML page? Ashwath, you have? Shall we do in your laptop?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Ashwath. Please create a new class.
But I actually enabled the HTML.
Oh, you have enabled it. Oh, no issues, no
Yes.
issues, no issues. Okay, no issues. Ashwini, your internet is resolved. Will you like to share? Someone have to share, right? So that's what I'm asking. Okay.
I have shared, I guess.
No issues, no issues. Yeah, Dipali, go ahead.
I have shared the screen.
Yeah, Dipali, go ahead. I hope you remember which HTML page I'm talking about, Dipali. I'm not talking about this HTML page. Just give me access. I'll do it. Relax, no problem. Just give me access. Yeah, I'll do it. Relax. I've always said you never do anything in that application on that browser where you are logged in. Don't do that because interviewer will not entertain this. He will understand that you're a fake candidate. I'm being very frank, so don't take me wrong, please. That's fine. I'll copy these 3 lines of code and create a new class. And I'll paste my code here, but I don't want to launch this URL. I want to launch this URL. So I will change my URL. I'll just cross verify if it is really getting launched. So it is working fine. And then I told you to perform an action on the last name. So inspect the last name. inspect the last name. Last name have an ID called 121. Okay. So I can write driver.find element by ID. This is the ID. A return type of this find element is a beautiful web element E1. And now I will import my web element. I'll write here a if block, and I'll write here E1 dot is displayed and E1 dot is enabled. What action I want to perform here? I would like to type my last name here. My last name is Tiwari. I will also write here else block. Not needed, but I can definitely do it. So I am doing the right click, run as Java application. And you can see I'm not able to do anything on the last name. If I go here, I can see here, if block is not executing, else is executing. Sorry, but please check the element once manually, right? So I can also cross verify at the individual level that whether is displayed is giving me true or false, or is enabled is giving me true or false. That also I can do it by printing both of them separately. I have shown you already. If you want me to do it, I can do it once again, no problem. So this is my B1. This is my B2. This is my beautiful B1 and beautiful B2. We'll get to know who is true, who is false. So you can see true and false. That means B1 is true and B2 is false. Means it is displaying, but it is not enabled. I hope you're understanding the meaning of is displayed and is enabled, right? Guys, just remember this topic. This topic will help you for a longer run. Maybe at this moment, you're not able to understand the importance of this method. Maybe with time, you will understand the importance of this method. Guys, what happens sometime? You're working on an application, suddenly some component will display. Suddenly, you want to cross verify, is it really present and it is really enabled or not? Because presence of the element means it will either be enable or disable for you. Enable means you can perform action. Disable means you can't perform action. So sometimes you need to verify whether it is displaying and also enable in nature. Then only you want to perform an action on it. I have also given you 2-3 practical example of it. Example, I'm repeating it. I was making an online payment today. What I noticed it when I clicked on the UPI payment option, and when I was entering my UPI ID to make the payment, GroTechMinds at the rate of YBL. Take example. So when I entered it, then only suddenly Pay Now button was enabled for me. Before it was disabled for me. So for such cases, I can obviously use such kind of concept.